you're probably trying to decide about a speaker for one of your events, and you probably already looked through a few tapes. And so one thing you're going to notice is that this will be a little bit different than all the rest. But that's apropos because I'm not the same kind of speaker as most other speakers. My background's quite a bit different, for instance. I don't have a bunch of letters after my name. I haven't written 10 books on any particular subject. But what I have done is started a number of high-tech companies that ended up being sold very successfully in very strange places. For instance, one company I built was in the Soviet Union with partners such as Garry Kasparov, a world chess champion. I ended up co-authoring a book with H.R. Haldeman, who is President Nixon's chief of staff, that ended up on the bestseller list. I built a webcasting company back before webcasting was really a word. I'm pretty much a blue-collar guy. I got into speaking because I had a big passion for trying to help people understand where technology was going, how it affected businesses, and how it affected society. I know it sounds strange, but I wanted to change the world, and that was the reason I got into speaking originally.
Apple was not even selling music 3 years ago. They're a computer company, but they're the #1 music company. I mean, how does that happen? How does it happen? I mean, if you really step back and think about it, why isn't Sony #1? Why isn't Interscope Records #1? More than that, in every mall in America, there's Camelot Music. No one goes in there anymore, right? But what about Camelot Music? Why aren't they #1? I mean, you got to ask yourself how that happens. How does it happen that you go from nothing to the #1 in the music industry? Well, let me tell you how it happens. Because a technology trend exhibits itself, and you see that trend, and so you leverage it, whereas people that are in that industry ignore the trend, ignore it, and then they're completely wiped out. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Based on these questions, I'll need some of you to sit down. So first question is, if you know what a SAS 70 audit is, you can remain standing. If you don't know what a SAS 70 is, I want you to sit down. Okay, we're going to start sorting things out pretty quickly. All right. For those of you that remain standing, if you have the ability and you have, with your own hands, hooked a Bluetooth headset to your telephone so that you can be wireless, I want you to remain standing. Everybody else sit down. Okay, the herd is thinning. All right, for those of you that are still standing, if you could explain to the audience what a web service is, okay, what a web service, in case I call on you and I need some help explaining web services, I want you to remain standing so I know who you are. Everybody else sit down. Yeah. All right, we got a few people still standing. All right, for those of you still standing, let me see. If you could write a stored procedure in a SQL database, if you could write a stored procedure, stay standing. Everybody else sit down. Anybody, I think I have one. Do I have one gentleman in the back could write a stored procedure? Still standing? No? I thought I had one. Everybody said no one can write a stored procedure? All right, come on up. Come on up. Let's go. Come on up. No, it's not a bad thing. Come on up. Look, my mic will work all the way back there. If you don't come up, I'm coming back. So you might as well face the music and come up. All right, I just want everybody, as he goes by, okay, let's worship the most technology-oriented person in the room, other than me, of course, and possibly Bill. Sir, come on up. Come on up. They need to see your... They need to see your face. Sir, I brought a T-shirt for you. It has my favorite new saying on it, which is, geek is the new chic.
There you go.
Okay? This is what I believe. This is technology now. If you're the one in your family that understands how to run technology, everyone calls you, right? They all call. All right, so this is the shirt on the back. The shirt says RTFM.
Aha.
You know what RTFM means?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you say really loud what RTFM means?
No, I don't think so.
Sure. It means... Read the fricking manual. That's what it means. There you go.
I know what VFDs are.